back with the twin flame reading from Avalon. So let's see what the cards have today to say today. For the divine feminine in the mind space, what's coming out? Purity. You let your purity shine. You let your purity, you show your purity. You're not afraid anymore to show it, how pure you are, how pure your thoughts are, how pure your heart is. And it all has to do with that you see the world in a totally different view than maybe 95% of the people do. There are not a lot of people that think the same as you, that are going for peace, that are shifting the narrative from thinking about things obsessively to a totally different form. I see the divine feminine in such another space. You know, she's surrendering to what's going on in the situation between the twin flames. She is not having a focus on the twin flame journey. She has a focus on the mission of the twin flame. That's something totally different, because the twin flame is not a love relationship. What a lot of people think it's a love relationship. No, it's not. It's the mission from the twin flames that they have to accomplish on their individual journey, and then come together to heal and to activate each other. So, you know, it's the twin flame journey is not a journey like any other. You know, it's you're chosen to be a twin flame, to do the work in mission of God, you know, or the goddess. In my case, it's the goddess. The goddess shows me the way, where to go, what to do, what to open, what not to open, what to close, you know. And in that meantime, you meet all kinds of people on your path, and you activate those people. So they can, the activation is to the highest good of their higher self, to evolve in that mission. And when they are coming together, the twin flames are coming together, and they are vibrating on that same energy. You know, they elevating not only each other, but also the world. You know, there is a lot going on in this. So the divine feminine is now showing how to think and how it needs to be done in the twin flame journey. It's the surrender to what is. It's not the control what we have in the 3D. She's way past that. She totally past that ground. So the card is saying you are pure, like Wise, the unicorn. It could also be that you get activated by the unicorns. When you are connected with the unicorns and you call them in, they can activate you to a different way of seeing things and elevate on a higher frequency. And most people have a problem with that you are on that actually cloud nine all the time, because you follow your heart, you follow your soul, you follow your mission. And not a lot of people are aware of that you are doing that. Divine Feminine keeps a lot of things for herself, and her spiritual eyes are open. She sees everything. She knows what is happening, but she chooses the right vibration, the right words to activate what is needed to be activated. If it's people, if it's animals, if it's uh, portals, she is doing the journey. She is doing the work. So let's see what is in the heart space of the Divine Feminine. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Cosmic Heart Source. You are coming from the Cosmic Heart Source. And you know it. You are in connection and in source with all. That's your true home. Your mission is your true home. Your connection with source is your true home. So it's just be in that heart connection, be in that heart space, and just follow what is needed to be followed for you. Because when you follow that mission, when you follow that heart, when you follow source, you are that purity, but also the transparency that you have, that you are giving, that you are showing people. Sometimes people want to talk about things that is maybe not resonating with you. And before, you maybe were not able to speak up, or you didn't speak your truth. And now this is changed. You speak your truth, you speak what you want to say, but you do it with an energy that is from pure heart source. It is pure from God or Goddess. And we all know that source we are talking about, the great source of all, that is tremendous. It's huge. It's unlimited. So when you tap into that, you are getting that unlimited energy to do what you need to do wherever you are. And you are always protected. You never have to think about it, that you are not protected, because you are. You don't have to be afraid about anything, because when you give your trust in source, source always find a way, and you're doing your mission and you're doing the things that you need to do. Source will always find a way to keep you safe and sound. Doesn't mean you're not going through any challenges. Oh yes, you get the challenges, but on a totally different way. Yes, and you're emerging constantly. And this is also a card that is saying, I need to get my glasses on because it gets too dark. It's time for the Divine Feminine to celebrate your sensuality, your joy. You have the right to enjoy, and a true living is what you're doing. You following your true living. You're following your dream. You're following what is needed to be done. For you, it's not work. For you, it's freedom. And that freedom, that is being found within. And if you are in a space of, now this is beautiful, this is now what I see. I see her arms up here becomes the goddess, the image of the goddess. So she puts her arms and her faith in that source, and that creates an inner freedom. It also means that because of the joy and the celebration that she has and her sensuality that is coming from source, it's given by source, is what you spread out into this world. And that kind of joy and fun and laughter and it's another kind of joy than most people have. You are not, and that was always in your life. You couldn't laugh about situations that was diminishing someone else. You know, you're not someone that is laughing about somebody else's misfortune, or not only the misfortune, but maybe there someone get an accident and or somebody says something about something else and it's sarcastic, funny. You're never about that. You were always that purity. Your humor is totally different than in spite of other people. You're always in that purity energy. You always were. And that is something what Source gave you already as a young child. And that joy, that is a totally different one than most people carry around. That joy is about dancing. It's about having fun, about being able to have fun on your own, you know, to let that joy come out with your spirit guides, or, you know, with whatever it is, but you will never make fun of somebody else's pain or misfortune. That's not your joy. That is your joy is stepping into an energy that you don't need it from the outside world. That's what I hear. You don't need your joy from the outside world. The joy from you is coming from the inside. It's coming from that purity and source and your spirit guides, your totem animals. Sometimes I hear sometimes your spirit guides, if you're too serious, they make you laugh by tickling, you know, to tickle you, or you feel that there's an energy that brings you on a totally different path. Okay, so let's see what is going on for the Divine Masculine. For the Divine Masculine, abundance is coming in. Fullness of source, there is enough for everyone, and you're open. You're open to start something new. You're open that the abundance is coming in for you. Because the Divine Masculine, when he is activated by the Divine Feminine, so he will start think differently about the abundance that he is creating. There is so much more for the Divine Masculine coming in than he's thinking at the moment. There's a totally new path coming his way. And if I think about the other, not because he's not thinking about making money, he is thinking about being in a creative mode. When you are creative, you know, then your abundance will come in, because you are making something out of nothing. And that is, you can put it in art, but you can also put it um, in your music or whatever you do. But that is what he also knows, that the divine feminine has the codes to the abundance. So that is very interesting for the divine masculine. You got the key, the divine masculine. Unlock your gifts. Wow. See, you got sacred gifts and energy senses. You're very spiritual. And pure love is the key to everything. Pure love is the key to everything. And you got the key. You know, you got the playfulness. You have that fun. You have that creation. You have, oh my gosh, if I feel into this, you know, God gave you such amazing gifts. And it's just not one gift, it's multiple gifts. It's music, it's art, it's poetry, it's, wow. If I confirmation, when I look at it, there are so many things that you're gifted about, but you don't use it all at the same time, or you can use it more, and more things will come in themes for you now, and that is creating your abundance. So and you also have sacred gifts. You know, it could be that you're coming from an ancient lineage, and you're very sensitive for energies, very sensitive for people's energies. And I also feel very humble, very humble. So there are so many, and that's in the heart space of the divine masculine. He carries that in his heart because he is also connected to that source where he comes from and where he creates from. So it's amazing what they are doing and what is connected with that. I also hear because I see here the cards of the dolphins, that there is a Lemurian ancestry that, oh my God, I hear he is older than, his soul is older than he thinks he is. He's a very, very, very old soul that has a mission and follows that mission, but there is more to come, more that will benefit more people. And that's really, really beautiful. It's coming from the heart space, connected to source, connected to everything. It's not one thing. When I'm looking at the journey, the twin flame journey, you thought it was over. You know, you thought your journey was over, your mission was over, but you're just rising like the phoenix. It's just starting. You're just starting on a new journey, and don't let yourself get distracted from the past. See it from a higher view, that sometimes people come in your life and they outgrow you or you outgrow them. And then it's time to let go, because if you have to compromise your purity, your heart and your soul, that's not a good thing. So you have to let go. And sometimes it comes because the frequency is not in alignment. There are different people coming your way, also for the divine feminine, you know, totally different people on your path that has heart, that are understanding, that are connecting with you. And the universe says you are a crystal child. You're a natural, you have a natural core. You're pure, you're innocent. You're removing all falsehood from your life because you're a clear channel, and you're a seer. And this is what is coming towards you, you know. And maybe not all people see it with you, you know, not all, but there are just not the right people that are seeing. They just see what you're doing, but they don't see your core. I don't know if I explained it right. You're starting a new life. You're starting a new road for yourself, and you thought it was the end of your journey, the end of something, maybe the end of a yes, it's the end of a period, you know, and a new period is starting. You are more looking into that new earth everybody is talking about. What is that new earth? What is it? It seemed like they held you too much. Well, I only hear distracted. They distracted you so much that your true gifts were not able to come out. And now everything comes out. You know, your natural core, it's been seen, and people will see it for who you are, not by the things you do, but who you are in your core. Wow, it's really amazing what is happening between the masculine and the feminine. And sometimes I get the question, you know, is my ex coming back? No. X stands for exit, because your exit, something that doesn't resonate with you anymore. And maybe you had so much heartache and heart pain from it. Why would you go back to something that gave you so much grievances? That's it. So it's not happening. It's not happening. So take that new path and wait till all the beautiful energies will emerge, you know, in front of your eyes. Well, this is it. This is the key. Joy of life. Trust. Trust in what is happening, that is the best for everyone. Open your hands and receive what you can receive and what you have to give. It's the opening the hands to source for giving and receiving. Share and let go. Share the things that you have to share and don't attach to it. Don't attach to anyone. Be able to let go when it's time to let go. Because when it's time to let go, you feel that in your heart space. And you can share your joy. You know, your glass is overfilling, is overflowing. And that is what the universe says, you know. You have so much joy in your life. You have so much things to open, and opening up for yourself, but also opening up for the divine feminine, because this card is for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So probably when they come together, they will have a lot of joy and fun in their life. They're open. You don't have to be guarded. It's so weird, because if you are on that right frequency with each other, you're open, because you don't need to have a fence, you know. You don't have to guard yourself, you know. And open your hands to receive what is being given to you. Share. It's a time of sharing between the masculine and the feminine. And it's so beautiful. They share their knowledge, they share their journeys, they share everything together. And then let it all go and surrender to source. Surrender for whatever comes your way, because so much beautiful things are coming your way. You have no idea what is coming your way. Don't get into fear. Don't get in that lower frequency. Don't go there, because that's not where you belong anymore. You know, you did that your whole life. And yes, you're still in that space, but you are in that space on a different dimension, because it's all in the now. Everything is playing out in the now. Not tomorrow, because it's not here yet. Don't go to the past. That will give you depression. Don't go to the future. That gives you anxiety. Just stay in this moment where you are now, where you experience that energy and that flow, what is needed to conquer or to produce. That's all what you need to do. So it's really, really amazing, divine masculine. Let's see what the divine masculine and the divine feminine are feeling about each other in your own system. So what is going on in the divine feminine in the masculine's mind space? So it's the feminine body, what's going on in the divine masculine's energy, in the divine feminine's body, and how does he see that purity of the divine feminine? He says, you are a pure blue ray being, divine feminine. You're a high vibrational being. You have cosmic expression and cosmic knowledge. You make bridges between dimensions, but not only between dimensions, you also bridge people. You make bridges to people. And you also have an how do I say it in English? I have to think about that. You have a spiritual educate. No, that's not it. Well, I let it go, and maybe during the reading it will come up. But this is how the divine masculine sees the divine feminine. And he sees her purity. He sees how pure she is. But he sees so much more. He sees so much more than the divine feminine is aware of. You know, he sees that she has that high vibration. He sees that she has that knowledge, and work through that knowledge, work with it. And she's unstoppable. I hear she is unstoppable. So you are traveling cosmic worlds here on Earth. When you're awake or when you're asleep. So you can you can work with the awareness of the now, and you can take people into other realms. You can take people to another vibration. You can take people to a higher vibration. You can take them to past life worlds. You can take them into the future. You can take them to the universe to upgrade what needs to be upgraded in their lives. And he's seeing that. So how does he see her connection with Source? How does he see the connection that she has with Source? Yeah, I knew this one would come out. Because they're star children. Divine masculine and divine feminine are star children. They're both advanced spiritual beings. There are no veils. They're both psychic. They're different. And they have cosmic inspiration, and they carry a light within that is not able to be stopped. They're connected to the ancestors. And those ancestors made them where they are now. Following the path of the ancestors is what they created now, where they are now in their lives. You know, it's their life is not a fairy tale. Their lives are connected with the stars, with star portals, with star beings. And that is not that they came out of like this. No, they went through a portal that the ancestors opened for them. And when you're ready to open and to get through that portal, confirmation, they will show you the other realms that is needed to help Mother Earth and their people on this earth. So that is making you different. And Divine Masculine sees that. Divine Masculine says, yes, she is different. She works with Source. She is that purity. It is her home. So why would I interfere with that? I'm not interfering with that, because that means if I interfere with her journey, then I will block myself, you know, because it would work vice versa. And he gives her all the space and all the time that she needs to evolve, to get further, you know, to see more, to create more, to activate more, as he knows that that is needed in her life to do, because he knows how important that mission is for her. So he will never stop her, you know, he will never try to interfere with her her journey. So because he knows he is one himself, only it's probably for the divine masculine just starting a new journey that is just opening for him. But in his heart he knows, in his heart he knows. Okay, emergence, awakening. Whoa, wow, people. There is this huge awakening process going on, because you know who you are and your DNA is activated to 12-strand DNA. I also hear there are people already activated with the 24 DNA strand. And those are, you know, the high frequency people that are seeing through everything, that has such a knowledge of what will happen to this world, and they can see into this new world where they would belong and where they need to go. And that is what is happening at this moment as we speak. The world is awakening, not just by thinking about the things that are happening now, that is about oil, that is about a war. And I don't want to use the word war, because that stands for a totally different thing than it's world aristocrats returning. That is what war means. And when we let that go and say, no, it's not a war, it is liberation. We get liberated. People get liberated. Instead of seeing it the 3D way, and that it's not about oil or whatever. It's about the Stargate 10 that is opening up. And that is what's happening. We already got the command. We already know what is happening there. We already heard the commands, and we knew that the UFO files would come up. And yeah, you can say, oh, that's totally nuts. That's what they said 5 years ago when the pandemic was going on. We were all conspiracy terrorists. And now it's all coming out in the open. So, we're going to the divine masculine, or the divine, the divine feminine in the divine masculine, how she is seeing him in his mind space. She knows there's an integration going on, and that he's integrating and meeting new people. He is meeting his star family. Forgive yourself and forgive others. That is what is needed. There is a reunion coming with people from the past that you knew, that they need to be in your life. Those are the star beings, the star family. It's the light family of light. It's the rainbow family. So let go of all your defenses and open the door and get in. Get your crystal activations. So let the crystals activate you. Maybe there are habits in your life that are withholding you to rise. And they say those habits, maybe they're addictions, or things you can't let go of. They will help you. The dove, the purity of the dove will help you to rise above it. You will let go the things that were so hard for you. And I see, those doves rising, taking you up, transmuting you. The light of that star family will transmute you, will change you, will shift you. And it doesn't need to go pots, boom, ba, 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 ba. No, it can go with little steps. Because sometimes we want it to be quick, but sometimes it takes a while before you are there, before you're activated, before your DNA is activated, before you are on the journey that you need to do. That's why if you told me, and somebody told me actually a couple of years ago, how I would think about UFOs. And I said, oh, they don't exist. And I said, I only believe in it when I see it. And what happened? They show me. And now that connection is so strong that I can see them wherever I want. I see them, they show me, if I ask, guys, where are you? They show themselves. So it's asking for the right time, the right place, the right momentum. Are you active? That was my activation point. And maybe your activation point is on a different level. But it's always connected with an awakening. And your guides are taking you to a next level. It's the ancestors that lived before that chose you to do that work, to make that work going. So it's really amazing. So that's what is being seen by the divine masculine. Yeah, but by the divine feminine for the divine masculine. So let's see what's going on in the heart space, what the divine feminine sees for the divine masculine about unlocking his gifts. Divine cosmic mother, the divine cosmic mother womb, divine masculine. This is what the divine cosmic mother says to you. You are loved. You are safe. You need to rest and sleep well. It's a time for integration, and the divine feminine will activate you. She will hold you in a time of need. She will nurture you when it's needed. So you need to know that you are loved always by the goddess, always by the cosmic mother. She knows exactly what you need. When we start to learn towards each other to choose different words than are just 3D vocabulary, and just show more care and show more love, because that's where it's all about. It's all about activation, activate the love within each other, in other people. And sometimes, you know, yes, you can say to people, okay, you know, um, I need some space. I need some rest. I need to sleep some more. And that is all where it's all about. You know, the goddess is about love. It's not about the source, and God is all about love and you, harmony, balance. And that is what's happening right now. The world just gets balanced out and make us ready for that new world. And it's very hard, I know, if you can't see it. And sometimes it's very hard for us to explain what we see and how it will be and how it will transform. And sometimes you just have to trust in that the things will come right, and that it will be right on the right occasion, the right day, the right. That's also what's happening with the portals. You know, they know exactly how to use the planets, how to use the portal days, how to use the big events, the eclipse, you know, to activate and to start something new. So it's not about the 3D world. It's all about that connection with spirit. And you can say, maybe it's a spiritual war. It was always about spiritual war, years and years and years ago. But then you come into that space of power and the space of ego. And that's not the way the energy wants it, because it ruled too many years, too long, for a long time. So there is new joy coming in, new life coming in, new resurrection coming in. And keep it amazing, you know. This is an amazing time to live in. So when we are in that space, and that is exactly what is happening. And what is going on for the divine masculine and the feminine is saying to the crystal child, for the divine masculine, breathe in the sun, be present. Your pineal gland gets activated, and you will see things in a totally different view. And sometimes we see the things that is needed to be seen. Some people are going through their ascension with high speed, and the others going a little bit slower, like the turtle. But eventually you will be activated. And it's time, you know, to breathe in that sunlight, to breathe in that energy. And when that sun comes out, go out and feel that sunlight on your skin, because it will give you the activations. That's it's so needed in us, in our lives, because we are deprived from the sun. They control our sun energy. So go somewhere where you get daily activations, and you will see it in the sunlight. You will see the metaphorical beings from the sun that the sun shows you. And that is where spirit works with. You know, it's amazing because spirit works on energy. And our sun is the greatest energy source we have. So that's what you need. And that natural core, that purity that you have needs it. It's also that everything what's not real from your life needs to go. All falsehood, people that are not pure for you or not good for you needs to go. Because you're a clear channel and you're a seer. So be with people that activate your pineal gland, that are in a present time with you, that show you things that nobody else can show you, and that they awaken your soul. And when that soul gets awakened, the joy is coming back. The joy is there for you, the joy of life, to enjoy yourself without needing anyone. To be in that trust and open energy and sharing, because that is what the universe wants. Share your knowledge, share your creative side. And we have the Avalon ones. Divine creation and codes. So you can feel for yourself that you get new codes towards you. And you're a star-born. Know that you are star-born. Don't hesitate about it. Don't think, oh, well, that's for somebody else. It's just that you maybe are not activated yet, and you have to learn some more things before you're on that journey of that path. You're the architect. You're connected with devas. You're knowing everything about the sacred geometry. You know it. It's a knowledge. Maybe you write a book about it. Maybe you are working with it in your paintings. You know, maybe you see it. You know, before you fall asleep. You know, you see all the geometry in your life coming in. Know that the divine masculine is activated by the divine feminine, and the divine feminine is activated by the divine masculine, because they see each other. And maybe it's not even in the 3D. Maybe they activate each other in the 5 or the 6 or the 7, maybe up, you know. But that they activate each other, that's a thing for sure. It's really for sure. So this was it for this time. We had an amazing journey here, and I hope to see you next time. If you want a private reading, or you want assisting with elevating your pineal gland, or you want some heavy activations, you're always welcome. In the description below, there's my email address. If it's still there, if it's not coded, then you're absolutely welcome for an activation and a healing. All the love, all the blessings.